Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the Great Debate. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about the Great Debate Professor Dr. AAl-Hadid, formerly from Tennessee State University. And of course, Dr. AAl-Hadid, you've been with us many, many times. And yes, I think that for most of our audience, you really need no introduction, literally. But in case there might be a few people who might not have seen you within this context before, let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the experiences before becoming involved with the topic, the Great Debate this morning. Then we'll talk about, by the end of at that time, it should be time for the first commercial break, and then we'll get into the second segment dealing almost exclusively with the Great Debate, as well as that last 10-minute segment. Let's do it from that perspective.
Well, I would like to start with the idea that I'm originally from Montgomery, Alabama, and my consciousness in terms of becoming aware of social issues and culture came about by participating in the civil rights movement there in Montgomery. I came of age between the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955 and the Selma to Montgomery March in 1965. And it was through that experience that I came to understand injustice. I came to understand the nature of the struggle. In fact, it led me to understanding how you take basic Christian principles and apply them to social change when I was a student there at Alabama State. I left Alabama State and went out on the West Coast, and that took me to another level. At that point, I became in contact more with people nationalistic thinking and more Islamic thinking. So out of that experience, I moved over and became Muslim. I was a missionary Baptist and I became Muslim. Went to Africa, traveled extensively through Africa, mainly in Kenya, East Africa, Nigeria, and West Africa, and some other countries. And I made the pilgrimage to Mecca in 1969 and finished my doctorates, came to Tennessee State and